Hello, everyone. Welcome to WinDev. To lesson number 3, we're going to be talking about functions here today. And these are the outlines. If you can see, they're a bit small, but we're going to be talking about what is a function, function declaration, function parameters and arguments, return statements, function expressions, and arrow functions, hands-on coding examples. Okay, so and these are the lessons we did. Okay, make sure to watch all the videos, but I will take it away. But yes, today it's gonna be functions. Okay, we're gonna be talking about functions. All right, now let me explain what is a function. Function is a block of reusable code designed to perform a certain task. Okay, and here's an example. We have function greet. Okay, and console the log. We're gonna do hello windev. Okay, and then we're gonna call this function. We need to call it so that it calls this function and do whatever it's inside. Okay, greet, and here we go, hello windev, and that's what we got. Let me do this. Hopefully y'all can see this. All right, what? Okay, I was trying to figure out the errors, but it's all right. Okay, what is the function? Okay, we already did that. Now let's talk about function declaration. Function, let me do two. Function declaration. Okay, we're gonna talk about this and how do we. Okay, you want to define it. Okay, this is how you define a function by having a function keyword and then a function name. So whatever name we want. In this case, to make it make sense, what do we want this function to do? Okay, let's think about it. What do we want it to do? We already did greet for an example. And this one, if we call it, we want it to be able to say something. Okay, let's say, say goodbye, like that. Okay, and if you guys notice how I write function or variables, we go by camel case. Camel case. So the first letter starts with a lowercase s, and then any other word, after that starts with capital letter. You want to keep it like that. So say goodbye. We're gonna say console.log goodbye. Right? And we're gonna call the function say goodbye. Goodbye. Okay, that's it. And it's basically almost the same right there, right? Just repeat it because this basically a function, right? It is a function. But this one I'm just trying to to explain the declaration. All right, next up is number 3. Alrighty, so we're gonna be talking about function parameters, meters, and arguments. Alrighty, so let's talk about this and how we can accept values to perform, task dynamically. All right, now let's go with function greet person. I'm gonna do name. So this right here is a parameter, right? Here, let me write it down. Function with parameters. All right. So this is the parameter. Yeah, here we go. You see? And then we want to console log to make it so we can do something like this. Hello, right? And do like that, and then do plus name, and then like that. Oh, plus, yeah. So like that, we're gonna greet the person. When we call it, we want to pass something down, right? We can do greet person without anything, so it's gonna be undefined because it's expecting a value, but we don't pass any value in. To pass that value, we call it function with an argument. So this part right here, when you call it, you pass down an argument, and right here the function itself with, when you declare this function, right, it takes a parameter. But here we're gonna do win def. There we go. And then we got like multiple parameters example as well. Like this is why this is why function is helpful, especially the ones with parameters and arguments. Okay, here why it is useful. Okay, we're gonna go down here, we're gonna do function, we're just gonna do add numbers. Okay, it's gonna take two numbers, a and b, and what are we gonna do? We're gonna add them, right? Console.log, and we add these two numbers, right? But now we gotta call, like, here's why it's very important, right? The first one we're gonna do 5 and 3, 8. You see that? But now we're gonna go to another one. We're gonna do 20, 23 and 8. So, and then we're gonna do 29 at 32. So as you can see, you only write like one function that would do everything. So if you don't do this, right, without a function, let me show you. We're gonna do something like this. Console.log 5 plus 3, right, 8, and then we're gonna go down like this. Just do that. So like that, right? We always have to do plus and plus and plus, but this is not a good way as well. It's like you repeating yourself. That's the only way, right? That's why we're having a function, because we don't want to repeat ourselves, because we just want to call the functions everywhere. Okay, now what are we gonna do? Number 4, we're gonna do return statement. Okay, return statement. Okay, return statement is a statement that will return something. It's basically, right, it's not going to return something now, but only when you call it, right, it's going to return something. Okay, here we're going to do function multiply, a and b again. Going to return a times b, because we're doing multiplication. If we do adding, we could do add or subtract, but we're going to do multiplication because the name of the function defines it, right? Defines it. So we're gonna restore something here. Result. We're gonna do multiply 4 and 5. Now we got nothing yet, right? We just store it, but we can console log the variable result, right? And right there, oh yeah, the log, we got that number. So that's a return statement. We can try calling it just like that without the storing the variable, but let's see. Multiply 4 and 5. Okay, it works that way too. But this is just so that you will use it later. Okay, that's the only reason why we do that. Okay. All right. So next up, number 5, we're gonna learn about functions, expressions, and arrow functions. Okay. Let's see the differences. Okay. Function expressions. So let's say hi equals function. We can do that, right? Console the log hi there, right? You can store it in a variable like this, right? Say hi, like that. It works that way as well, right? And then next up, we want to talk about arrow functions. So arrow functions or ES6. Okay. And then let's see the differences. Here's the normal function, right? Greet, greet, uh, food, whatever. Okay, just do something like that. Console.log noodles. Okay. And we're gonna call food. That's the normal function. Okay. This is normal. Okay. And over here, it's a arrow function. Okay, let's go ahead and see what's the difference. So let food, food, and then bracket arrow, and then console.log fried rice. Okay, and then we can call the function, or oh yeah, don't do console log. Yeah, that's fine, and then we'll call food. Oh, it's already been declared. Call food like that. You see, the difference is this is one line. Or if you want to return something, right, like add, we can put a number here, B. And notice how when we did it here, we had a return button, right? Return. But with arrow function, we don't need a return. Okay. 2 plus 1 is 3, right? 2 plus 1 is 3. Should be 3. What's happening? Oh, yeah, because we don't console log anything. We want to do console.log. There we go, 3. See? That's more easier, right? It's more better. Now, let's go to number 6. 6, and we're going to do hands-on coding exercise. All right, now we're gonna make a simple calculator. Okay, we're gonna do function calculator, and we're gonna accept a number 1, number 2, and operation. Okay, and we're gonna use if statements. If operation equals add, what do we want to do? We want to return num1 plus num2. Okay, and then we can do that with everything like subtraction and stuff, right? And we'll do else if operation equals subtract, then we're gonna do return num1 minus num2, and we're gonna keep going, right? I'm just gonna copy like that, and we're gonna do times multiply. Let's get rid of that one. This one, multiply or divide. Okay, and then else return invalid operation. Okay, now let's try to call it. So we're gonna call this function now. Remember, what do we call this inside here? Remember? So we're gonna console log first, and we're gonna call this function. And do you remember what we call this? Inside we call it a parameter, right? Oh, or no, argument. I'm gonna put argument 10, 5, and then the operation right here, it takes in the operation add. There we go, 15, right? Because it goes through the if loop, the if statement. It's checking if operation equals this, then it would do that. And then we're gonna do a couple of stuff. We'll do subtract invalid because I used the wrong one. There we go, 5. And add, we times it. Multiply. And you guys can do the rest. Keep practicing. How do we do divide? All those fun stuff. Now I will be creating problems for you guys. You guys can solve it. I would leave it down the link below and click on it and try to solve the problem. Comment down below of what you got and what you've solved. Hopefully this will be helpful. And if you guys think that me creating a community, like creating a community where we can talk about code every week, right? Meet up and just talk about the different codes that you guys have, and especially when we're doing the lessons here, right? And I give you the problems. If you have like questions, you can ask me there. How about that? Do you guys agree with that? If so, I will start making it. All right, guys. Yeah, especially in Discord, right? Yeah, Discord or other places. Well, we'll think about it. All right, guys. See ya, and hopefully y'all have fun. Bye.